Good morning. Today my first job is pruning the redcurrants. Two bushes here. They're pretty big. Got some blackcurrants, but you don't have to prune them. They're not ripe at all yet. But redcurrants grow on a different style of stem. They grow more like a gooseberry, and you have to prune them like a gooseberry too. Bit hectic. It's really come on. The growth here has gone mad. I'll try and show you. Excuse me, dog. Right. Let's find one. As you can see, all these tipped. I've got black fly and aphid damage. That's a sign of aphid problems. You look in there, you can. Well, I sprayed them a couple of weeks ago with a liquid water solution I make. That helps it. It seems to have worked actually. There's a couple of aphids in there. But yeah, what you do is you have your main fruiting stem. Let's try and find a decent one to show you. I'll show you on this one. That's your stem, which we keep. Goes all the way to the ground. And each year you get this year's wood that grows off the stem, which is this piece, which is, you can tell because it's a lighter colour, the lighter wood, and the old wood is dark, almost red colour. I was pruning the other day in the rain, so I'm a bit rusty, unfortunately, in my secateurs. To give them a clean up later. Now, what you do in early July, end of June, is you take these new shoots down to about halfway, down to 5 leaves. Just snip it. Okay? So you just take all these off. And all that does is get rid of any aphids and rubbish, and then just leave the top one, leave the leading shoot, because we don't want it to make more growth inside the last year's. Leave the leader, because then that's your pillory bud. If you cut that, it will start shooting again, and we don't want it to shoot. I can't get it to focus for some reason. It's focusing in the background. There we go. So yeah, that's your pillory bud. You cut that off, it will reshoot again. We don't want that. So you leave them on. I'm going to do all these bushes and clear them all back, and then give it a clear up, and I'll come back and show you later. Leave the leading shoot, because we don't want it to make more growth inside the last year's. Leave the leader, because then that's your pillory bud. If you cut that, it will start shooting again, and we don't want it to shoot. I can't get it to focus for some reason. It's focusing in the background. There we go. So yeah, that's your pillory bud. You cut that off, it will reshoot again. We don't want that. So you leave them on. I'm going to do all these bushes and clear them all back, and then give it a clear up, and I'll come back and show you later. Okay, it's now been pruned. You can see the difference, hopefully. The berries are on show. Got rid of most of the flies. Tip ones I haven't. There you go. You can see into the bush, the sun can get through. Winter prunings, I'll be taking out the centre goblet, take out the old wood in the middle, and bringing them down a bit because they're getting a bit tall. Like I say, gooseberries you cut the same, you prune the same. There you are. And the blackcurrants, totally different style of pruning. We'll come back to that at some other point. So These are gooseberries. That one's died. The whole arm's died. It's just really old. So I'm bringing on a new shoot. This one's going to take its place. You do the same as you do with Redcurrants. This is dead, but I can show you. Here's your fruits, and what you do is you cut back all the tips. Well, that doesn't need doing because it didn't grow any. So you cut that in half, that in half, that in half, all the way down. Gets rid of all these black fly. See in there, it's full of black fly and crud. Ants farm. Did you know ants, they actually farm the aphids for their honey? Well, not honey, but their poo. They love it. So yeah, I'll show you once I'm done again. I'll prune these ones up. That's my new stem. The whole bush is looking pretty shit though. It's really old. I'm trying to grow in some new shoots at the bottom to replace these old dead things. Yeah, you just cut them back the same as the Redcurrants. Take all the tips off, which gets rid of the black fly. It leaves the fruit up the centre of the stem. Makes it easy to pick, especially for old birds who, or